Menu ka say, the WASSCE results by yana ubia kan one seven is Excellency John Dramani Mahama Babe breaky sadness. Now Obeka said we did a report say the WASSCE results nearby, the failure rate was so much high. And because of this, among four parties said what is really happening? Because failure rates compared to the past 5 years, this is the worst. Inti NDC for ba so na obeka se bofra head asha say failure na eno na John Dramani Mahama amount for pressing is on saki how in do so eno den sem bia ba betu just say WASSCE results na nkola ni ko failure no enye NDC for eno mo ko say debi enye NDC for na mom eye how a NPP for mudi free SHS ba how they actually brought the free SHS eno enam so and the course this particular issue and then nuanom nkeso omkotro WASSCE no o me failure my social studies about born said then with school club ma pass no kra no and also omo the omo failure na yen ko tie sama John Dramani Mahama editor aye babaka education minister Harry Nedruso ono so ba kasa because in some na ba sama for can say Harry Nedruso nkwa obey education minister hwedie Matthew Opoku Prempe was education minister in Kolane Passé. Professor Yawedi Chum was education minister in Bofane Passé. Obaya and do 1 year po Obia Feli. What is really happening? Yenti Mahama response. Babaka ever call back to a how in in some of the Ababe Tuja.
Recently, the West African Exams Council has released the results for the last West African School Certificate Examination. And as the Honorable Minister has said, it has become an issue of great concern to government, parents, and the public at large. I was speaking with the minister, and I've asked them to do an analysis of the examiner's report to try and decipher what could have gone so disastrously wrong. It is mind-boggling that with the same teachers, the same factors in play, just from one batch to another, one batch, does so disastrously. And so we need to get to the bottom of it. But it also emphasizes the issue of foundational learning. One of the major things that has taken place in the last several years is the neglect of basic education. Inability to send the capitation grants, ensuring that we have quality teachers at the foundational level, at the basic level, because it is that level that prepares the child for secondary and tertiary education. And once you don't get that level right, you will just send the child through a conveyor belt like a factory. And when it comes out at the end, it will be picked out by quality control and said that this one did not do well. And so our focus must be on foundational learning. And foundational learning means that by the time a child reaches primary school, he should be able to read properly. By the time the child leaves primary school, he should be able to write properly. By the time the child leaves primary school, he should be able to do basic arithmetic. If we're able to get our children to get these three things right, writing, reading, and arithmetic, then they have the foundation to continue into secondary education. Recently, the West African Exams Council has released the results for the last West African.
In some way, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama editor. And I was telling you before, say, how you do so, or also the response about, because in all of this, among four parties, say, one our education minister, so come here and come and explain. And no, how you do so, the other to as you can see on the screen, say it is only in Ghana that when students do well in exams, they get praised. But when they don't, the minister and government are to blame. How you do so, say Ghana pay, and then Kolako Prez and some failure. I are buying teachers no. Ben Kolako passia a mbofran up a yard. Anyways, we are learning say a buying be a year February, March, a year right opportunities for omo me fail because the failure rate no also into hwe me na oba e failure pacho ukọ wayeka ombebie eye February March ya by next year February March ombebie eye a special resitting eye exams ama wo fail no na it say ultra you can actually apply university na say pass a bit man apply now their account results. So please take that note and I take note of that thing for me. Meanwhile, Honorable Dafiamakpo, he is of the view said the office of the special prosecutor needs to be closed down. You some of the two.
Speaker, we are saying that the office of the special prosecutor has abused its powers in this matter. And I will not hesitate. I will not hesitate to say that this house, we created the office. And the office of the special, if we to abrogate it, we may have to abrogate it. Because we cannot create such an office to handle important matters of concern to the state, and you'll be detaining citizens that you have invited willingly, they've submitted themselves willingly, and you detain them because on a certain supposed obstruction of a public officer from performing a certain duty. That is a misdemeanor.
Honorable Chief Whip.
So, Mr. Speaker, let me place this matter on record that this house, we shall be inviting him to come and brief the house the circumstances under which he will detain a citizen under such whimsical circumstances. It is untenable. And yesterday, his conduct was frowned upon by the entire nation. So I just have to place this matter on record for today. I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable Majority Chief Whip, you came under Order 93, but it was wrong time. We normally invoke Order 93 during statement time. Now you've gone past statement time, we are coming to do government business, and we are bringing this discussion again. Anyway, I'll invite one person from this side, Honorable Kojo Pankroma, to comment on.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I would have wished that the Business Committee would have properly programmed this so that it would have been part of the earlier conversations. The subject that the Chief Whip on the majority side has raised is an important matter. But in my view, Mr. Speaker, it is not about the Office of the Special Prosecutor. It is about a culture that has crept into the investigative and law enforcement bodies in this country, where they invite you, and to quote the words of the Chief Whip, you appear on your own volition to assist them in investigations. Then they arrest and detain and put onerous bail conditions on you. In fact, in the case of his good friend, the respected lawyer he's speaking about, his very good friend, he was asked to bring landed property in his own name. These are some of the onerous bail conditions that we have been speaking about, that the investigative bodies are beginning to weaponize. Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, like we say in Twi, etua onyonku mua, etua duem, etua uhumudia, etua nipem. To wait, Mr. Speaker, when it happens to somebody and he's complaining about it, you see absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it happens to you, now you complain. So, Mr. Speaker, if he wants to invite the special prosecutor to come and answer why his friend, and today he's complaining because it is his friend, why his friend and the office of the special prosecutor, in his view, are weaponizing their powers, perhaps he should extend that invitation to all the other investigative bodies that people have raised complaints about, that they are beginning to weaponize the powers of state given them. Today, because it happened to Martin Pebu, you are making it a matter of urgent public interest. The minority leader, Osahin, has been raising this matter over and over again, that the investigative bodies are weaponizing their powers, are imposing onerous bail conditions. In fact, Mr. Speaker, in instances where you don't even expect them to detain, because you've invited a man, he has appeared, he's provided information, you know where to find him. There's no basis to detain him. They will detain you and put onerous bills, whisk you away, unknown destination. Then your lawyers, everybody looking for you. We've had clients at our firm we are chasing all over town. When you say it, because it has not happened to them, they don't complain. That's why our elders say, today, because it has happened on their side, they are complaining. So, Mr. Speaker, if we will take a leaf from the book of history, when the Preventive Detention Act was being passed, members of the CPP who were happily shouting that it was a good idea, in the end became victims of it. If there's a practice that is untoward and it is being raised, let us look at it without partisan lenses. We on this side, if indeed they extend that invitation, I'm not sure we will object. We won't object to it. But perhaps our advice will be that all the other investigative bodies that are being weaponized, which have been complained about, which they turn a blind eye and a blind ear to, maybe, Chief Whip, you should add it so that we can do a non-partisan, diligent job in the interest of the public. Because precedents are being set, which will not be good for our democracy going forward. Mr. Speaker, those will be my words in contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm not